YouTube, there is no firearms in this video.
Welcome back to the Lowkey Airgunner YouTube channel. In this episode I will be testing the Hatsan Jet 1.25 caliber in 495 FPS version sent to us by AirGunSource Canada. The barrel on this pistol is just under 8 inches, so this is pretty short. It is a pre-charged pneumatic with a 40cc cylinder. The Jet 2 has 2 of those, so 80cc. Let's see what this thing will do shot count wise and velocity wise in .25 caliber detuned for Canada. After this we will see if we can improve the trigger a little bit. It is not too bad out of the box, but in pistol mode it is definitively a bit stiff, and if you can improve that, why not? I will film about everything, and after that we will talk about it together, so let's do that. Again, a huge thank you to AirGunSource for this JTS Comp 1 compressor. It has been making my life way easier. I still did not try to fill this with a pump. I guess I got lazy and I still need to do that for the review, so I need to shoot it more. Yeah.
250 bars maximum fill pressure. JSB Hades 25 cal 26.5 for grains. AC5000 Chronograph gifted by Robert. It works better in bad lighting than my Caldwell, even with the light kit.
Around 225 bars. I'm still a bit over 200 bar, maybe 210. I don't know. 10 shots. After 15 shot, we are at around 200 bar, maybe a air under, who knows. It seems to be still a bit over 175 bars. We are getting very good results still, very consistent. It almost seems regulated at this point. Now maybe a bit under 175 bars, but we are still doing very good. I think we are still a air over 150 bar. Let's see what it can do. My zoom is messing with me. This is pretty hard to show, but I'm just under 150, a bit over 125 still. We are getting a bit of drop, but still nothing too bad. I'm right around 125 bars. I will try to squeeze another 5 shot out of it, but we are starting to get a tiny bit of drop. I'm still a air over 100 bar, aka the yellow zone. I will stop there. I will say that 40 shot is about what you get where you want to stop. It seemed to sound a bit different for the last 5 shots, so it is most likely harder on the valve. I will keep it at around 40. Alright, so let's go back over the results that we got. Pretty much all of my testing yet has been with Hades .25 caliber 26.54 grains. This is the only pellets I got in this caliber. This is a new experience to me, and yet it has been pretty cool. The maximum velocity with those seemed to be around 400 FPS, 399.6, so 400 FPS. Even with a very small 40cc tank, aka not the Jet 2, I still got 45 shots before it dropped around 40 FPS, so that's still not too bad. It does not seem to make a big difference at 7 or 10 meter, but at 20 meter or so it will definitively show up on target. If you really want to keep better accuracy at longer range and stuff, I suggest you use only the first 30 shots. Those are pretty good. You only get around
11 or 12
FPS spread, and that's not bad at all for an unregulated small tank pistol PCP. Also, it seems like there is a very consistent spot just under 200 bar to around 175 bars. It pretty much seems like it was regulated. The velocity with those pellets might be a bit low, at least it looks like it, but if we take this energy and translate it to GTO alloy pellets, which usually make less energy, but that will be right around 500, and if we translate that to around 20 grain pellets, it should be around 460. So can we really complain? Not really. I don't think so. Overall, yet, even with a very short barrel and being detuned for Canada, this thing has been shooting very good. It also might give us a few extra shots, so if you don't have a detuned one, just expect less shot, especially if you have the Jet one and not the double cylinder on the Jet 2. But now let's see if we can improve the trigger a little bit. I did a quick pull and it seemed to read less, so let's see. If I pull quick, I get a tiny bit less, maybe. Let's try again. Maybe not. Alright, so this was a bit more complicated than I thought it would be, and that the manual seemed to say it would be. I know that some of you guys are not really comfortable taking stuff apart without knowing how, so hopefully now you do know how, because this tiny wrench that they do give you in this really nice case was not fitting in there without taking the grip apart. Other than this, it is pretty much straightforward. You screw the screw in to get a lighter and shorter trigger pull. This will act on the sear, so be careful with that. If it does not cock or if you're too close to that, it might fire when you don't want to, so don't do that if you don't know what you're doing, and do smack it a little bit like you've seen before in the video to make sure that it will not do that. By the way, even if you do trust your airgun, always point it in a safe direction and act as it was loaded, even if it is not, and especially if it is. Also, in this really nice case, they give you a few O-rings and stuff, so that's kind of cool. I like that, so now I can put that in the box. I said that. Let's stop rambling. So the trigger was around 3 pounds out of the box, a tiny bit of slack. We did get it down to around 2 pounds, maybe a bit less, maybe a bit more. It seems to not be as consistent as the beginning, but that might be because of the screw rubbing on the sear, and that will get better with time. So I might try to get a bit more out of it later. I wanted to stay safe this time. It already feels a lot better, but you better be safe than sorry. To me, some people said you could easily get it down to 1.5, maybe less, but for now this will be good enough for me. I mainly shoot it in carbine. If I do shoot it a lot in pistol, I might try to help myself a bit more, but you want to be careful with that. Overall, it is not a match grade trigger, but it is not horrible at all. Anyways, you already seen the footage. This will be about it for today. A huge thank you to AirGunSource for this opportunity. A huge thank you to you for watching and, you know, liking this video, because I know you did, and you subscribe and stuff. You did, right? Thank you. This is really hard to show, but I'm still a bit